Hi everybody, Chase here to bring you another review of the new Samsung Focus. Now you might have heard of the Samsung Focus. It's a Galaxy phone, Galaxy line of phones. But what makes it special is that it's running the brand new Windows Phone 7 platform. Now Microsoft's been working on this for a long time, and you've probably heard of Paul Thurrott talking about Windows Phone 7 on Windows Weekly on the Twit Network. And I got to tell you, after using it for the past couple weeks, in order to give you guys a fair and full review, I must say it's got its strong points and it's got its weak points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tour of the phone, and then along the way I'm going to tell you why I like it and I don't like it, and how it's not quite ready for me to switch to as my full dedicated phone. So let's get to the tour. Here it is, the Samsung Focus, running Windows Phone 7. But first, before I show you that Windows Phone 7 glory, I'm going to take you on a tour of the phone. So here's the front of the phone. Wow, I know, it's impressive, isn't it? All right, I know it's not lit up. It's not on. Well, it is, but it's in sleep mode. I'm going to show you the buttons. First off, these are touch-sensitive buttons here. You get a back button. You got a Windows button, which is kind of like the home key. Gets you back to start. And then also the search button, which in different modes and different places allows you to obviously search. On the left side of the phone, you have your volume rocker right here. All right. On the top of the phone, you have your 3.5-inch jack that allows you to listen to your music and your tunes and your videos, and also it will serve as a headset jack if you got one of those compatible devices. Also here you got the mini USB port there. On the left side of the phone here, on the right side of the phone, you have your dedicated camera button right here, and then also your power button and your sleep button. On the back of the phone, you'll find your camera lens and also an LED flash. The speaker grill, that's where all your sounds will come out of. And that's it. And then here on the bottom, you got your Windows Phone logo, the Samsung logo. And if you look at the very tiny hole there, that's your microphone hole. So that's that. So to get access to, you can get access to your battery. To do that, at the bottom of the phone here, you will see this little lip there. You put your little finger there, your little, if you have nails like I don't, you could pop off that, and you can see the large Samsung battery. That's where your SIM card would go. If you have one, if you're buying one directly already, you'll probably already have one in there, but I took one from my iPhone and moved it over so I can use it for testing. And then also here you'll have an SD card slot. So let's put this back on. And to put it back on, it just snaps right into place like so. All right. So we got it on, and we're ready to show it off. So I'm going to hit the sleep button. Actually, I'm going to wipe it on my leg real quick. I'm going to clean it up. Just don't tell anybody. Okay, we're back. All right, nice and clean. So let's go ahead and take it away from sleep. And as you can see here, it's a nice, beautiful, vibrant display. And I don't know if my camera is honestly doing any justice, but it looks really good. And I'm kind of holding it at an angle so you can see it. So to unlock it, if you don't have a passcode, you kind of just touch the display and you fling it up. So fling it up. So there we are. And what Windows Phone 7 does is it uses something called active tiles. The tiles update, so you can just glance at your phone and know if you have any emails, if you have any messages, that sort of thing. And so I'm going to take you on a tour. So the dialer, you hit the little phone there, the phone button, and it will go ahead and bring up your dialer, or actually your call history first, and then you hit this little dialer button. Now, if you don't know what the icons mean, you can actually hit that little three little thing, and it'll give you a little bit this expression there. So there we go. There's your keypad, numbers. So you put the numbers in. Now, here's where the buttons come into play. If you want to just go back one step, you hit the arrow. If you want to go back all the way to the main screen, you hit the Windows key. I'm going to hit the back button here, and notice it takes me here. Also, if I use the little search button If I hit that, I can actually search through my contacts and type them in there. I do a search. It didn't find. All right, so let me back up. Take it back to the main screen. Here are some of the cool things about the phone. I got my contacts like everybody else, and if you hit your people button, it will actually, it puts all your contacts in here, but the best part about it is it will compile your contacts from multiple sources. So if you have Facebook, you have your Windows Live, you have your Google, it will bring them all into one card, one file, which is really, really neat. I'm not going to pull that up here because if I did, you're going to get all my personal information, and I really don't want to do that. But at least you can see 3 of my friends. But you can actually get updated information. So it pulls in your friends' Facebook feeds, your Twitter feeds, and everything from that. So it's really cool. You could see everything that's going on in the past, and it's just the social media part of this phone is excellent. I think Microsoft really did a great job in doing that. You can respond to Facebook postings right here. You click the button. If you like it, you can type it in. I mean, it's just really, really slick. It's really cool. And the phone, the display makes it just pop at you. It's very vibrant. It's not as vibrant as I would say the Retina display. I mean, I think the Retina display on the iPhone 4 has really risen the bar. But when you compare it to the iPhone here, and I'm getting into my iPhone right now to show you guys, but you get into the iPhone and you compare it. I mean, first off, you got bigger screen, a little bit more real estate, but really, I mean, it's lighter. It's really good. So let me go ahead and back up here and show you the couple other parts of the phone. You got your mail, so I have Google Mail. It's your standard email client. The only thing, it's kind of hard to see because it's white. It's got this white background, and I couldn't figure out how to change it. I don't know. It kind of went away from all the themes of the phone with this dark background and white text, and now we have the white background and the dark text. It doesn't make sense to me. That's your standard email client. I did download a few apps. I got Twitter here, and as you can see, it's got this flow of how things open. And here's my timeline of all the people that I follow. But you slide it to the right, and you get this another section, like your @ replies. You slide it over again, you get your direct messages. You slide it over again, and you get your I went one too far. You get your lists that you follow. So and this is an app. This is one you can download from the Windows Marketplace, and we'll talk about that here in a sec too. So there you go. There's some apps there, and then obviously I also there's some apps that come with this phone. For example, there's something called Now right here at the bottom. And what Now does is it will kind of give you a snapshot of everything that's going on. It gives a snapshot of your weather. It gives a snapshot of your news. It gives your stocks. It's really well laid out. I mean, it's really slick. The weather's really clean and nice. It looks really, really cool. So let's talk about games. First off, Xbox Live built into the phone, which is awesome. If you have Xbox Live and you love your achievements, you'll get them here too. You'll get to see your friends if you're on Xbox Live. See, there I am. There's me on Xbox Live. So everything, all your achievements, everything comes over. It's really, really cool. The games are pretty damn good. Now, I've only played mostly free games. I did play a couple of trial games, which is nice, the light games, but it's really, really cool. So let me back it up here. And so there you go. There's Windows Phone 7. Now, these are all like active tiles, and you can actually move them around. So you click and hold on the tile, and kind of like on the iPhone, you can move the tile anywhere you want. So I'll put it here, you drop it off, and then when you're all done, you just tap anywhere in the screen, and then it locks in place. And so all these tiles are actively, some of them take up 2 spaces. There you get your music and your videos for your Zune. So there's your Zune section right there. You can download your podcast, go to the marketplace here, and you can actually use your Zune points and pick up items and purchase them right through your device, which is really nice. tells you what's featured and new releases. I mean, it's really a solid media player. So let's talk about what I don't like about it. Well, no multitasking. It's kind of like the old iPhone 3 and 3GS, pre-4 iOS 4. No, you just can't do it. You can't leave something running in the back. Now, these run in the background by default per se, but you can't go from one thing to another. There's some bugs in it, as you probably heard Paul Thrott complaining about how the phone does not have copy and paste, cut and paste. And unfortunately, right now, I don't think that's a fault of Samsung. That's more of a fault of Windows and Microsoft. But as you can see, everything's really slick, very smooth, very responsive to the touch. Also, there's Office built in onto the phone. OneNote. You can get your documents on here. SharePoint. I mean, it's solid. It's a really good phone. I would say this: if you're not invested in any ecosystem, iOS or anything like that, iTunes, I gotta say, I mean the apps are getting there. There's a lot of apps starting to come out for Windows Phone 7. And I'm gonna switch cameras back here. I gotta say that I was very pleasantly surprised with this phone. It performs very, very strongly. It's got the built-in Wi-Fi's and the 3Gs, and it's an incredibly vibrant screen. You can get Netflix on here. It's really, really good. Some of the drawbacks and negatives, if you don't have a case on it, it's very slippery. It can slip from your hand. I've almost dropped this a couple of times, and I've freaked out. And I'm like, ah! So be careful. But if I was maybe introducing my parents to it, or a friend who wanted to get their first smartphone and wasn't fully invested, I might suggest this to them. The reason why I would hold off is because some of the apps aren't there yet, and I think the most crucial thing is it needs an update. It hasn't had an update since release, and gosh, it's been out for 4 months now. Apple's had like 2 updates in the past 4 months. I mean, it needs an update. It needs copy and paste. It needs to fix some bugs. There's some weird quirks to it, like if you've opened and closed a lot of applications, then the phone begins to be a little sluggish, and the only way really to solve it is by totally resetting the phone as far as pulling the battery out, turning it off. I don't think that's a problem with the hardware, but I got to say it's very smooth and fluid. It's a great user experience. I would recommend it, but with caution. Recommend it with conditions. So anyway, but this is just a layman's review. I'm just telling you about my experiences with it, and I used it every day, giving it a go. But I'm back. I'm happy to be back with my iPhone, and I'm no Apple fanboy. I mean, I've only had an iPhone now for about a year, and I got to say, Apple set a high standard, but Android's right there, and Windows Phone is a good. I want to say they're a good solid 3. Unless you're stuck in a BlackBerry world for some odd reason because of work or other concerns. I would say this is a good solid 3, and with Nokia teaming up with Microsoft, I say they're going to make a good relationship. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to throw my way, please let me know. Leave the comments right here on the channel, or you can go ahead and head over to the website at geekgamerradio.com. And let me know what you think there. We do a weekly podcast talking about geeky and gaming stuff, so I hope you join us. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you again soon with another review or rant or anything here on the channel. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.